Welcome to Fred in the Shed 2. If you've not been here before, this is very much like Fred in the Shed 1. Just a little bit more laid back on these videos, you know, a bit less editing so I can get a bit more information out there. You know, give me a sub if you want to see more Fred stuff. You'll find there's lots of boys sort of stuff on here, motor mechanics, things like that. Things that you won't see over on Fred in the Shed 1. Right, over on Fred in the Shed 1, we had a detailed look at this 168 or 168 in 1 kind of game sort of console. We looked at sort of the games and the screen, and it's pretty good actually. I was quite impressed with this, to be honest, certainly for the sort of money I've paid. But on this one, I just fancied going inside it. I'm just interested to see how they've stored the games, whether they've actually sort of got a ROM chip built onto this sort of board and they've directly sort of stored them on that, or perhaps what I might suspect is there might be a little micro SD card, so the actual board and the sort of console is generic, and then they just sort of insert the sort of little SIM card there with, or memory card with the game ROMs on it. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. We're going to take it apart and just see what's inside. Why not, for the hell of it. Okay, that's all of the screws out. So I'm just going to very carefully remove the back, not expecting there to be too much inside here, of course. So yeah, that's a little circle, but that's that very tiny little sort of pot there, if you like, sort of volume control. Just carefully gonna turn this over. And there we go. That's the power slide button. I want to lose that. And well, okay, looking at the board itself, I mean, I'm not an electronics expert by any means, but no, it just appears that there is a ROM chip there. There doesn't. I thought there might be possibly a little sort of micro SD card to put the ROMs on, but no, it appears that yeah, that's all it is. Just a ROM chip. So we have a little close-up look at the board there for those people that are interested, playing along at home and all that. Yeah, and there you go. So tiny little sort of touch buttons here. We're not going to disturb that sort of too much. And yeah, as I say, not really, you know, as you'd expect nowadays, just one sort of chip. I imagine there's a processor under this little sort of blob of insulation sort of here, and a sort of ribbon cable there just going to the little TFT display. That just pops forward. And yeah, that's really about it. You know, look, kind of a little bit disappointed. I was hoping, as I say, there was going to be like a little SD card in there. I could have maybe read that in the computer, find out what ROMs it's got on there, maybe what settings, because I have got a few of these ROMs myself when I built my larger kind of desktop sort of games console. I was hoping that's what maybe reprogram it, but no, not really. Oh well, a bit disappointed with that in a way, but I say nothing really on there that I can sort of play around with. Oh well, it's nice to have a look inside something anyway, but nowadays not really much you can sort of do. Okay, you're going to put it back together there, make sure I can sort of get it to work. And yeah, I suppose the only thing you could say is that it might be possible that with the little tiny speaker here, I suppose you could just sort of well, kind of fit your own little kind of headphone socket maybe just in the bottom there. I suppose that is possible. I think there is space for it. That certainly would be a great addition. That was one thing that I was a little bit disappointed with when I sort of did the review on it, that you can't sort of plug in a set of earbuds or something. I guess that's possible with a little bit of sort of invention. What I say, why they didn't do that at the time, which I didn't really like, was the size of this little kind of volume control pot there, you know. Really small. I think it's just like the actual sort of control wheel is incredibly sort of small. I don't know why they did that. If they could have put something a little bit more chunkier on there. I mean, it does work, but it just makes it a little bit tricky to sort of turn the volume up and down. You have to almost do it with your nail. Again, don't really understand why they sort of didn't make that a little bit more ergonomic, but obviously they didn't. Everything's done at a cost, isn't it? Right, let's get the back on. Let's see if it still works. Right, that's the screws back in. So moment of truth, is it still going to work? So you never know, do you, when you take something apart? But oh, screen's come on. That's a good sign. Get on to the English menus, and let's just check the volume still there. Yeah. Oh, that seems to be working okay. And there we go. So yeah, a little bit disappointed there. I was hoping to sort of maybe play about with the ROMs and possibly sort of put my own games on it, you know, that would have been quite cool. Unfortunately, yeah, not really much to sort of play about inside it, is it? And I'm not very much good at these games either. If you sort of missed the first video, by the way, and you're a bit sort of, you know, confused by this one, I did do a full review on this little games console, and I'll put that video up at the end, so you might want to go away and sort of look at that and look at some of the games and how we connect it to a sort of a TV and stuff like that. So there you go. Not exactly Dave on the EEV blog, is it, or Big Clive? it's Fred in the shed, and yeah, a bit disappointed that we couldn't sort of do any more with it, but at least it's sort of still working. So there you go. That's that video. Cheers. Thanks for watching Fred in the Shed 2. If you haven't done so, you know, hit that subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I don't get many views on Fred 2, so I really appreciate any input that you can sort of give me. Any comments, if you want to find out about this, you know, criticisms, whatever, put it in the comments below. Always interested in reading your responses. But as for now, as always, cheers. Thanks for watching the video. Stay safe, and of course, I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye now.